How you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal. And today we're going to talk about a movie tie-in that I didn't know was a movie tie-in because the movie was never released in the US. The game was published in Japan by Pony Canyon and released here in the States by FCI. Now those two names would pop up together a lot, especially for me just mulling through random games at the rental stores and stuff like that, renting stuff from the grocery store, from Dell Champs and from ZM Video back in the day, and I would see the name, I would see FCI, and when I would put those games in my NES, Pony Canyon would pop up on the title screen also. And this lasted for years, and I didn't understand why, but it makes sense. And it made more, it was solidified as I was doing research for today's video. Pony Canyon and FCI fell under the same corporate umbrella. And Pony Canyon published these games in Japan originally. Well, today's game was another example of that. And it's a movie tie-in for a movie called Mr. Vampire that was released in 1985. Well, we had no working knowledge of Mr. Vampire here in the States, so that I have no knowledge of that film. I do know that this game is pretty fun once you get the hang of the combat and get the timing down on it. Today's game is Phantom Fighter. Now, in Phantom Fighter, you play as this guy going around China, feudal China, fighting off vampires and ghosts and supernatural creatures, purging villages of these creatures in an effort to stop them and stop their leader from taking over the world. And the combat is pretty cool. It's, we don't get a lot as far as story. This game is it has a story, but it's pretty sparse. The combat and the gameplay is what sticks here. And the gameplay is typical beat 'em up fare. You go into towns, go into different buildings in the town. Beat the different vampires and different ghosts and different creatures in these buildings. Acquire orbs, use those orbs to open a door at the end of the level. Beat the boss. When you're fighting these creatures, you get reward items from townsfolk who you rescue. These scrolls and different items you bring back to dojos. You talk to the master of the dojo, answer a weird trivia question, and then you're able to spin those scrolls to upgrade your character. Because when you start out, you're pretty weak, you're pretty slow, can't jump that high, all that stuff. But the more scrolls you collect, the more time you spend in dojos to spend on those items, the stronger you get, the faster you get, higher you can jump, all that. And that takes time. And for a kid renting a game for a 24-hour period from the grocery store, from ZM Video or Hit Video or whatever, you didn't have a lot of time. You had 24 hours. And so this game, first time I played it, it really didn't sit well with me. As I got older, patience started to kick in, and I had more time to spend with them, the better it got to me. So now this game is honestly one of those games that kind of flew under the radar that I absolutely love. And I need to track down another copy of it to have it on my shelf. It'll probably be the first FCI game I have. I would own, yeah. So Phantom Fighter is definitely something you should look up if you like an action adventure game, like a beat 'em up with some light RPG elements, light leveling and stuff like that. You should definitely check it out. If you're looking for a copy of Phantom Fighter, you can get a copy. A loose cart goes for between 12 and 20 bucks. So it's not hard to get your hands on one. There are lots of copies floating around eBay. Lots of legit copies, I should say, because you want to steer clear of the bootleggers if you can help it. But yeah, this is a good game, and it's something that I wholeheartedly recommend. So you should go out there and kick some vampires and some ghosts and some creatures of the night in the face, and save your homeland. This has been the 8-Bit Animal. And I'll catch you beautiful people tomorrow. Tomorrow, we take a special look at Mario's last job before he moved to the Mushroom Kingdom.